Good morning, friends. Welcome you all. In the last lecture, we have discussed the type of mutual funds. In that types of equity scheme, we have discussed. Then in the types of equity schemes, diversified equity fund, large cap, small cap, mid cap, and also with that sector fund. Yesterday in the last lecture we have discussed. Then thematic funds, strategy based funds, then equity income dividend yield scheme. These we have discussed. Then value fund, growth fund, focused fund we have studied. Then equity linked savings schemes, ELSS, the which is offered to tax relief. Those who are investing in the equity linked savings scheme get tax benefits under section 80C. In the last lecture we have studied this. Then again we have studied types of debt fund, which is mainly invest in debt securities. We have seen different debt fund, gilt fund, which invest in government securities, gilt age securities, then corporate bank issued by companies. Then liquid scheme we have discussed, which is very short term debt securities investment. Then short term schemes, ultra short term plans, then short term plans, all we have studied in the last lecture, discussed in the last lecture. Then long term debt also we have discussed. Today I am going to discuss with you the types of hybrid fund. What is hybrid fund? In the previous lectures I have discussed with you, hybrid fund is the mixture or the combination of asset classes, that is equity and debt and gold. Means in the share market, investment in the shares, debt, that is bonds and gold. So it is a combination of asset classes used will depend upon the investment objective of the fund. So what are the objectives of investment? The risk and return in the schemes will depend upon the allocation to each asset class and the type of securities. So it is a hybrid fund, means combination of asset classes such as equity, that is shares, debt, bonds, golds. So the combination depend on the objective of the investment. In the hybrid fund, let us discuss different types. Debt oriented hybrid, that is funds invest primarily in debt with a small allocation to equity. So it is a more debt oriented hybrid fund, which is prefer investment in debt other than equity, but there is a small allocation to the equity also. So the equity allocation can range from 5% to 30%, and remaining 95% to 70% fund invested in debt securities. And it is stated in the offer document. So later on we are going to discuss what is offer document. So at the first announcement of the scheme, offer document is there. So it is stated in the offer document, that is we are going to invest that much amount, the this much percent in debt market and this much percentage in equity market. So in the debt oriented hybrid fund, more fund invested in the about 70 to 95% in debt market and remaining in the equity market. Next is monthly income plan, is a type of debt oriented hybrid fund that seeks to declare a dividend every month. So it is a monthly income plan is depend on the dividend uh, paid by companies. So but there is no guarantee that the dividend will paid each month. So after every 3 months companies declared different companies declare their results and also declare their dividend policy or dividend to the shareholders. So there is no guarantee that the company, it is totally depend on board of directors of company. So there is no guarantee the company will pay dividend. So monthly income plan uh, declare which is the fund which invest in such type of shares who pay the regular dividend. Then multiple yield fund generate returns over the medium term with exposure to multiple asset classes such as equity and debt. So here, as name suggests, multiple yield means here this fund invest in different type of asset classes such as equity, debt, gold, and other assets also. Next is equity oriented hybrid fund. Like a debt oriented hybrid fund, here invest primarily in equity. So the more fund is allocated in the equity market and less fund allocated in the debt market. So the portfolio invested in debt to bring stability to the return. So here equity market is very much volatile, it fluctuates. So to get the stability to the return, some amount is invested, some percentage of amount invested in debt market, but more investment is in the equity oriented equity market. A popular category among the equity oriented hybrid fund is the balance fund. So balance fund generally is a very popular category. Investor prefer this type of fund because there is the balance between equity and debt market. So this is the equity oriented hybrid fund. Next is capital protected scheme. Here, as its name suggests, are close-ended schemes which are structured to ensure that investor get their principal back, whatever is the market situation. So whatever happened to the market, the principal amount will get back to the investor. This is ideally done by investing in zero coupon government securities whose maturity is aligned to the scheme's maturity. So it is done by investing in zero coupon government securities. You have learned the zero coupon government securities in the financial market paper. So later on we will discuss what is zero coupon government security, or you can if you don't know, you can mail me. Then next is arbitrage fund. Its name suggests it take the opposite position in different market or in the securities, such as for example in share market, some people do the arbitrage trading activities like buying on shares in on BSE and selling it simultaneously the same shares in on the NSE, so at a higher price. So here arbitrage means buying at one place and selling on the same security on the other place. So arbitrage was it is the opposite position in the different market securities such that the risk is neutralized but a return is earned. Okay, so this is the arbitrage fund. Next is conservative hybrid fund. An open-ended hybrid scheme investing predominantly in debt instrument. Investment in debt instrument shall be between 75% to 95%. Sorry, 90% of total asset, while investment in equity and equity instrument shall be between 10% and 25% of total assets. So it is a open-ended hybrid scheme. Invest predominantly in the debt instrument. The investment in debt instrument is about 75 to 90%, and in the equity only 10 to 25%, or in equity or other asset classes, that is other than equity. Next is balanced hybrid fund. It is also an open-ended balance scheme investing in equity and debt instrument. The name, as its name suggests, balanced hybrid fund means the 50-50 investment, that is near about 50-50 investment in the both the market, equity and debt market. So the investment in equity and equity related instrument shall be between 40% and 60% of total asset class while investment in debt instrument shall be between 40% and 60%. No arbitrage is permitted in this type of scheme. So arbitrage is not permitted, like arbitrage fund in this scheme, that is balance hybrid fund. Next is type aggressive hybrid fund. So what is aggressive? An open-ended, this is also open-ended hybrid scheme investing predominantly in equity and equity related instrument. Investment in equity or related instrument is about 65% to 80%, and in the debt instrument 20 to 35%, or 20 to 35% in other asset classes. So it is aggressive, as its name suggests, it is a aggressive hybrid fund to earn more income than average. So it is aggressively managed fund. Then next is dynamic asset allocation or balance advantage. It is an open-ended, again dynamic asset allocation fund with investment in equity, debt, that is managed dynamically. Dynamically means we have discussed earlier that dynamic fund, actively managed fund. So it is a actively managed type of fund. Here the fund manager have much role to manage this scheme. So name suggests dynamic asset allocation. So it is managed dynamically, used different strategies to invest and get more and more income to the investors. So it is called dynamic asset allocation or balanced advantage. Next is multi-asset allocation, and this is also open-ended scheme investing in at least 3 asset classes. So we have discussed only 2 asset hybrid fund, that is investing in equity, debt mainly, but here at least the name suggests multi means many asset classes are there, at least 3 should be there with a minimum allocation of at least 10%. So allocation of investment or fund is at least 10% in each asset class. So there should be minimum 3 asset classes. Foreign securities are not treated as a separate asset class in this kind of scheme. So foreign securities are not considered as a separate asset class here. Then arbitrage fund, this is also an open-ended scheme investing in arbitrage opportunities arises in the market. So selling at one place and buying at one place, it is called arbitrage. So arbitrage is a fund created to take the arbitrage opportunities um, arises in the market. The minimum investment in equity and equity related instrument shall be 65% of the total asset. So 65% total asset is in equity, but it is mainly formed or designed to take the benefit of arbitrage opportunities in the market. Next is equity saving, an open-ended scheme investing in equity, arbitrage and debt in the 3 asset class also. The minimum investment in equity and equity related instrument shall be 65% of the total assets, and minimum investment in debt shall be 10% of total asset class. So it is depend on the hybrid fund is depend on the percentage of investment in different asset classes or asset categories. Now we have discussed the types of hybrid fund. Now look at the solution oriented schemes. There are 2 solution oriented scheme we are going to discuss. First is retirement fund, an open ended retirement solution oriented scheme having a lock in of 5 years or till retirement age, which is earlier. This is scheme have a lock in for at least 5 years or till retirement age, which is your earlier, means it is created or formed or designed for the uh, servants who going to retire So here is the like a fixed deposit. Here a lock-in period of investment is minimum 5 year or retirement age. Next is children fund, an open-ended fund for investment for children having a lock-in for at least 5 years till the child attains age of majority. Scheme having a lock-in for at least 5 years or till the child attain age of maturity, which were earlier. So for the children, the future of children, the specially designed for parents, it is here the minimum lock-in period is 5 years or till the maturity of that particular child. Other schemes, index funds, exchange traded fund, it is also an open-ended scheme replicating tracking a specific index. This minimum investment in securities of a particular index which is being replicated tracked shall be 95% of total assets. Means it is an index fund, for example bank nifty, so it is 95% of its investment is in that particular index bank nifty. So it is tracked indexed specific index like 100 BSC 100 or nifty 100, nifty 200, so like that bank nifty or so it is depend on index. So index, how much index increases, the return of this fund depend on index performance. Then fund of funds, overseas or domestic. The fund of fund means an open-ended fund or fund scheme investing an underlying fund. Means it is investment of one fund into other fund. It is done by in the domestic fund also and overseas fund also. The minimum investment in the underlying fund shall be 95% of total asset class. So investment of fund into other funds is 95% of total asset class. Next is real estate mutual fund scheme, real estate investment trust. Real estate mutual fund scheme invest directly or indirectly in real estate. You know all real estate is growing very fast, so there is the law of economics, the supply cannot increases, the supply of land cannot be increases, so day by day the prices of land are touching the skies. So the real estate is growing very fastly, the prices of real estate are growing fastly. So some mutual fund schemes created to invest directly or indirectly in real estate or other permissible asset in accordance with the SEBI mutual fund regulation 1996. So it is invested according to SEBI's regulation 1996, which is created the designed regulations for mutual funds only. Other schemes, first is real estate investment trust or trust registered with SEBI that invest in commercial real estate. The real estate investment trust will raise fund through an initial offer and subsequently through follow-on offers, right issue and institutional placement. The value of the asset owned or proposed to be owned by a real estate investment trust coming out with an initial offer will not be less than 500 crores and the minimum offer size will not be less than 250 crore. The minimum subscription amount in an initial offer shall be rupees 2 lakhs. The unit will be listed on the stock exchanges. So this is a real estate investment trust separately created fund. Next is infrastructure investment trust or trust registered with SEBI. Both the fund have to compulsory register with SEBI that invest in infrastructure sector. The infrastructure investment trust will raise fund from the public through an initial offer of units. The offer shall be not less than rupees 250 crore and the value of the proposed asset of the infrastructure investment trust shall not be less than 500 crore. The minimum subscription size will be rupees 10 lakh, the unit will be listed on a stock exchange. So both these fund are registered with SEBI. So friends, that much for today's lecture. If you have any questions, then text me or mail me, let me know, and write your name and roll number in the comment box for the attendance. Thank you. See you in the next lecture.